Welcome back, my beautiful collective. This is G420 Goddess, Tarot for the Golden Gods and Goddesses. We are back with a quick overview regarding the full moon in Leo occurring tomorrow, January 25th. My beautiful collective, please thumbs up the video on your way in. I so appreciate you being here. I'm not here to keep you long. I've prayed over our space. I've cleared it of all negative energy. Each individual timestamp will be down below in the description box. Each individual zodiac sign will be timestamped down below, my loved ones, in the description box. Regarding the full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from the heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. Again, my loved ones, more love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you're not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creativity urges should be followed. Work some magic. That's creative urges should be followed, my loved ones. Work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. The teaching. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of the people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride, my loved ones. The 2024 full moon in Leo horoscope. What's in store for you on January 25th? With a whole new year now in full swing, it could feel like you're finally beginning to build momentum toward an aspiration close to your heart. And if you haven't, the next big lunar event, the 2024 Wolf Moon, also known as the full moon in Leo, is bound to offer a surge of fiery energy that can make it possible to get in touch with what you truly want in your heart of hearts and make that known. On Thursday, January 25th at 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:54 a.m. Pacific Time, this romantic, self-expressive full moon falls in Leo, the fixed fire sign ruled by the sun, which in astrology oversees self-image, confidence, and identity. The 2024 full moon in Leo can motivate you to attune into your desires and dreams and pinpoint what sets you apart and own those traits loudly and proudly. It's a moment in which you could be compelled to speak your truth and in turn feel even confident and more centered in your own skin because the moon forms an activating angle to beyond Jupiter, the planet of fortune. Your optimism could soar. Full moons occur once, less frequently twice a month, when the moon and the sun sit directly opposite one another in the sky and in the zodiac. That's why the sun's vibrant light reflects off the moon, causing it to be so breathtakingly luminous. The night sky becomes brighter than it is any other time in the lunar cycle. For that reason, astrologically speaking, it is a time during which our feelings are illuminated and spotlit. And as the sun opposite moon dynamic also mirrors an amplified focus on partnerships, full moons are made for reflecting and taking action on relationship matters, loved ones. You can take advantage of this energy for 4 days before and after the event occurs. In astrology, the moon rules our emotions, intuition, nurturing style, and when it's full, all of those aspects of our inner life are heightened. You can feel extra sensitive, empathetic, fired up, or even lethargic. If an emotional situation has become just plain exhausting. Full moons also present the chance to see how far you've come since planting seeds during the new moon that occurred either 2 weeks or 6 months prior. January's full wolf moon in Leo invites you to take the stage to share your most passionate emotions. Associated with the fifth house of romance and self expression, this is a lunar event that fuels playfulness, creativity, spontaneity, and all of the feelings associated with listening to and following your heart. It's a chance to be true to yourself by learning and leaning into it and then worrying about whatever is lighting your inner fire. The full moon occurs at 5 degrees of Leo, while Jupiter, the planet of fortune and expansion, sits at 6 degrees of fellow fixed sign Taurus, meaning that the two connect to an activating square. Because the moon oversees emotions and Jupiter has a magnifying effect, you could be tempted to be a bit over the top in terms of how you're expressing yourself and taking action around this full moon. There could be a tendency to bite off more than you can chew or exaggerate how you feel. But in general, this meetup activates a huge wave of optimism and upbeat energy that is perfect for connecting with others and making the most of your creative impulses. Think hitting pause on work to meet up with loved ones or friends or diving into an artistic endeavor. Just after the moon squares off against Jupiter, so will the sun, which adds even more fuel to that exuberant but perhaps overconfident energy of the moment. You're more likely to have a glass half full of perspective, but at the same time, you'll do well to slow down and make sure all your ducks are in a row before moving full speed ahead. At the same time, Mercury, the planet of communication, will be nearing a conjunction with Mars, the planet of action, in industrious Capricorn, which is exact on Saturday, January 27th. When these two planets come together, we're all more amped to want to take speedier action on our thoughts and ideas. You may even feel like striking up a feisty conversation or debate. Channel this energy into a brainstorm or productive, fiery conversation with a friend, coworker, or loved one, and you'll be on your way to blazing, thrilling new trails. Loved ones, here is how the Leo full moon will affect you based on your sign. Be sure to read both your sun and your rising sign if you know it. If you don't, you can find it in your birth chart, my loved ones. First up, my beautiful Aries. The full moon activates your romance and self-expression zone, which compels you to present passion projects to your nearest and dearest. And with the moon squaring lucky Jupiter in your money sector, what you dream up now could also lead to a new form of cash flow. Next up is my beautiful Tauruses. With the full moon falling in your home zone, you'll do well to think about and share whatever it is you need to feel more centered in relationships with loved ones. With the lunar event highlighting Jupiter in your sign, standing strong in your sense of self as you navigate dynamics with loved ones is even more important than usual now. Next up is my beautiful Geminis. This full moon illuminates your communication zone, which makes it a time period that's full of buzzy, social high mental energy, which you tend to thrive on. Still, it could be a little too much right now, even for you. With Jupiter in your spirituality zone, consider prioritizing solo time and self-care to allow yourself time to recharge. Next up is my beautiful Cancers. With the full moon in your money zone, you could be crossing the finish line on a money-making endeavor while also gaining clarity on how you want your work to better align with your values. With Jupiter in your group sector, voicing your needs to coworkers or friends sets the stage for even more success. Next up is my beautiful Leos. The full moon falls in your sign, making this one of the most emotionally intense moments of the year for you, Leo. You'll be feeling even more passionate than usual about chasing your dreams and making your mark. And with Jupiter in your public image zone, others can't help but take note and applaud your efforts. Next up is my beautiful Virgos. The full moon highlights your spirituality zone, Virgo, amplifying your desire to lean into imaginative, meditative pursuits. You might do well to retreat from lots of social interaction even briefly, in order to spend more time on deep breathing, journaling, or spending time in nature. With Jupiter in your higher learning zone, now caring for your mental well being can lead to personal growth. Next up is my beautiful Libras. Falling in your group sector, this full moon encourages you to reflect on the dynamics within existing team projects and platonic relationships, Libra. Though you've craving connection, let me say that again. Though you're craving a connection, you'll do well to make sure you're bringing your time, energy, and skills to a table where you feel seen and acknowledged. With Jupiter in your joint resource zone, this may also be a valuable moment for reviewing financial goals you share with a loved one. Next up is my beautiful Scorpios. With the full moon in your career zone, you can feel prepared to take the reins on a big picture project or make a presentation that's sure to earn glowing reviews from higher ups. With Jupiter in your partnership sector now, your one on one relationships come into focus. Consider which bonds are energizing and supporting your aspirations and which might be draining you. Next up is my beautiful Sagittarius. This full moon activates your adventure sector, which can have you feeling even more eager to spread your wings and get out of your usual mundane routine in order to broaden your horizons. This could translate to a literally trip or simply a learning opportunity that saturates your need to soak up knowledge. And with Jupiter in your routine zone, you could have an epiphany around nurturing your wanderlust on a daily basis. Think learning a different language via an app. Next up is my beautiful Capricorns. Capricorn, the full moon lights up your emotional bond sector, making this a moment for sharing deep seated feelings with someone special. Though being so vulnerable can be intimidating, you'll find you're actually quite empowered now by speaking from the heart. And thanks to Jupiter in your self expression zone, you can easily move from having a heavy emotional chat to enjoying a more lighthearted, magical experience with a loved one. Next up is my beautiful Aquarius. With this full moon illuminating your partnership zone, you can't help but reflect on your one on one relationships and goals you share with a dear friend, loved one, or colleague. If something simply isn't working anymore, it's time to clear the air. And if you want to make an effort to heal an ongoing emotional issue with a family member, know that with Jupiter in your home zone, you have luck on your side. Last but not least, my beautiful Pisces. The full moon falls in your wellness sector, so you can Pisces. The full moon falls in your wellness sector, so you can anticipate potentially having a breakthrough related to how you're caring for yourself physically as well as mentally and emotionally on a day-to-day basis. If you're not quite sure how to proceed, bounce ideas off of friends, as Jupiter in your communication zone supports information gathering and trading notes with others. And on that note, my beautiful loved ones, I want to say God bless you if you stayed to the end. I thank you so much. If you didn't, please thumbs up the video on your way out. And I want to say cheers to you. Be blessed. Stay safe out there, my loved ones. Until next time, cheers to you. Hit that subscription bell, notification button, and all the rest of it. God bless you. Be safe out there. Mwah! This is G420 Goddess, Tarot for the Golden Gods and Goddesses. Take care.